All right, you guys. So come on out. This is our restoration class. So we're going to be doing mostly, first, we're just going to shake it out. We're going to be mostly just stretching and opening up our bodies. It's going to feel really great. I might be a little bit quiet because my grandma's sleeping in the next room. But happy birthday, Brian. Yeah. Good. And then shift onto one side. So one foot is almost coming off the ground. And then shift to the other side. After the run, loosening up the legs. Good. And then come back to the center. And give yourself a little slappy hug. Good. 3, 2, 1, and let them go. And bring the feet together now. Hands to the hips. And make some little circles with the hips. And at first this may seem like, oh, this is a really simple movement. And it is. But I want you to focus on, as you make these circles with your hips, I want you to feel your weight transferring through every part of your foot. So as your hips come back, your weight is shifting into the heels. And then as they come out to the side, your weight is shifting out into the side of the foot. And then as they come to the front, they're shifting into the toes, and then to the other side of the foot, and then to the heels, and the other side of the other foot. And just go like that. What I want you to focus on here is bringing your awareness to your feet. When I talk about grounding, some of it has to do with bringing your awareness to your feet. Then go the other way. Really focus on feeling the sides of your foot, feeling the toes and the toenails, feeling the heels, feeling the bones. Good. One more circle. Good. Now step the feet out. And we're going to make the circles a bit bigger now. So now make some bigger circles with the hips. Oh. But whatever you do, it should feel good. And then back the other way. And then back to the center. Walk those feet in just a little bit. And now we're going to inhale, bring the hands out. Exhale, bring them down. Oh. Just letting go of anything from the week. Letting go of the way it's been. Oh. Creating a clean slate to create on top of. Good. Now inhale, bring the hands up overhead, interlace the fingertips. And lean back first. Oh. Then lean to the left side. And then lean to the right side. Oh. It's okay to make noise. It's actually a good thing to make noise. And then come back to the center and let yourself fold forward. And hang out here for a moment. Letting the head hang heavy.
Just letting yourself sink into your feet. Feeling your weight sink into your feet. Press the toes into the ground. Good. And then from here, bend and straighten the knees a couple of times. And then bend the knees and roll up.
Oh. And then as you reach the top, you're going to roll the neck in one direction in a big circle. Then go the other way. Good, and then come to center. Now we're going to make some big circles with the shoulders. Just find that swing. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now go the other way. Oh. Good. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now we're going to do a little twisting. Let those arms go. Just twist back and forth. Good. Now expanding the movement, coming up onto the ball of that toe, rotating the hips. Let a little smile come onto your face. Good. And then come back to center. Calming down, zenning out, right? Okay, start to circle, just take any movements with the feet that you want to take. After that run, especially when it's on hard cement, the feet and the legs can take on a lot of tension. So we're actually, for this next part, we're going to come all the way down to the ground. Come on and sit down. Kick those legs out and pat the back of the legs on the ground. Good. And then swing the feet side to side. Good. Now, swing them instead of going the same way at the same time, go in opposite directions. So like this. Good. Now bring the feet together. Walk those hands forward and reach forward towards your feet. Pull yourself towards your feet in a forward, we call this a pike position. So if you can't go very far, that's fine. Just grab the knees, and pull yourself forward If you can grab the ankles and grab your ankles and pull yourself forward. Relax the head and feel your entire spine lengthening. Relaxing into it, pulling yourself a little deeper now. Breathing deep. Exhale, pull yourself forward. You can grab the toes and grab the toes and feel that stretch all the way through the back of your hamstrings, your calves. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come out. Oh, good. Lean back for a sec. Move those feet side to side. Oh. Yawning is welcome here. Okay. All right, now we're going to come into our 90-90 stretch. So you're going to bring one foot in. Actually, no, before we go to our 90-90, we're going to do a single leg reach. So you're going to pull in one ankle to the inside of your thigh, one foot to the inside of your thigh, and then you're going to reach towards that leg. Leaning over to one side. Again, letting your head hang. Just noticing where you're at in your stretching today. Because some days I can bring my head all the way down to my knee, but that does not feel like what's right now. And then switch legs. Other ankle comes in, other foot comes to the thigh, and then we reach out. Remember to breathe. Good. Good, good, good. And then come back to the center. Now, take that left foot, bring it behind you, or whatever foot that is, and bring it behind you. Keep the other foot in the same position. Come sit up tall in this 90-90 position. And then you're going to walk your hands forward. Until you can feel a stretch in the hips. So here, we're not totally rounding out. I want you to keep a tall, long spine. And as you lean forward, you'll feel it in the hip. That's where I want you to feel it. You guys got that? Yeah, good. Yeah, and you can walk it around. You can walk those hands over the knee or over to the other knee. And then lean back. This one you'll feel probably a nice stretch in the quad. And you can play with rotating your hips and your torso. So here I'm bringing my top hip forward. And I can feel that stretch go even deeper into a different part of my leg. So this isn't about doing it the right way. It's about exploring and feeling and letting your body restore itself. Good. And then come back to the center. We switch to the other side. Find that rooted position and then walk those hands forward. Find that stretch in the hips. Awesome. Yeah, make sure to bump into the person next to you. If you're in a group. Just kidding. And then we can explore different places here. Move the hands around a little bit. Oof. Definitely feeling this stuff. Then coming back to the center, leaning back. Oh, then playing with that hip. Oof. Good. Now we come out of this, come back to the center, come up to all fours and sit your hips back to your heels for a child's pose. Arms can be out in front of you, or they can be at your sides, up to you. Let yourself go. Let yourself relax. Feeling the stress melt off your body. Feeling the tension melt away. Good. Now use your hands to press you up to a seated position, and then we're going to bring one foot forward for our hip flexor lunge. If you need to get a foot knee pad, then get a knee pad. Press those feet into the ground. If you want to walk that front foot out, feel free to do so. And lean a little bit further forward. You can see my back leg in the mirror is behind me. My hips are coming forward, but I'm keeping my chest nice and tall. That's what allows the stretch to feel all the way up the side of the body here. Good. Now press that back leg into the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, press, 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 press 1, and now lean a little deeper into the stretch. If you want, you can walk that foot even further out. And then come back to the center. Shift the hips back for a hamstring stretch.
Good. And hold here for another 10, 9. Now kick the heel into the ground. So really kick down with the heel. 3, 2, 1, and let go. Sink a little deeper into the stretch. Oh. And then bring that knee back and switch legs. Other foot comes forward for that hip flexor stretch. Back foot pressing into the ground. Leaning forward into it. Oh, yeah, keeping the balance. And then press that back foot into the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Come a little deeper. You can walk out that foot that a little bit further. And then come back to center. Oh, and then rock back to the hamstring stretch. Tuck the back toes. And then bring that foot back. Sit back on your heels for a second. Just breathe. Good, and now we're going to come onto the ground. Lie down. All the way down. And you're gonna bring your left knee up to your torso. You're gonna hug that left knee in. You're gonna grab that left knee with your right hand and pull it across your body. Extend your left arm out to the side of you and look towards that left arm. Meanwhile, you're pulling that knee over across your body, finding this twist. You can play with the knee a little bit, moving it up or down to find a stretch in different parts of the hip. Another thing you can do is you can play with extending the leg and bringing it down. Good, and then coming back to center. Extend that leg out. Pull the other knee up. Hug it into the chest. And then extend your right arm out to the side. Pull your left or your right knee across with your left arm. Letting go. Seeing if you can really find restoration, relaxation. Again, you can kick that leg out. Play with a little bit. Find what feels good. And then come back to the center. Let that leg come out. And just lie here for a moment. Close your eyes. And allow yourself to be.
allowing your body to completely relax. Let go. Let your breathing do whatever your breathing does. Just notice how fast it is or how slow it is. Notice, where do you feel tension in your body? Especially when it's around your breathing. Do you feel tension in your throat? Is the tension in your chest? Or can you bring that awareness and bring that breath all the way down into your belly? Now we lie here in stillness for about 5 minutes. Just lie here. I want you to relax and practice stillness. Allowing yourself to truly rest. Relaxing your brain, relaxing the part of you that has to figure stuff out. Okay, start to take little movements with your toes and your fingers.
And let that ripple up into your elbows, your shoulders, your knees, your hips. You can swivel the legs a little bit like we were doing earlier. And then stretch your fingers all the way up overhead and point your toes. Stretch yourself as long as you can, like you're a cat, just waking up from a nap. And then come to sit up. And then come to stand up. And when you come to stand, find some nice deep breaths, find a nice balanced place where you're standing with your weight evenly distributed over your feet. Inhale. Bring your arms up overhead, and then exhale, bring your hands down over your body. Repeating at your own pace. Notice any asymmetries in your body. Right, is one shoulder more sore than another? Is there more tension in your left side than your right side? I want you to visualize that you're smoothing all of that out. As your hands come down, it's like you're smoothing out a blanket or a sheet. One more time. Good. And then take your hands, rub them together. Make a little fire in your hands. Then rub the face. The eyes, the eye sockets, the forehead, the temples, over the top of the head and down into the jaw, the throat, down the shoulder, under the arm. Notice anywhere that's cold on your body. And the other arm. The low back. The chest. The belly. The front of the hips. And then down the legs. Just rubbing back and forth. And down to the tops of the feet. And then up the insides of the feet. Good. Bring the feet together. Bring the hands together. Take a bow. That's it. So now
We'll take a couple minutes break. For 5 minutes, we'll be back at 8:45 for our huddle.